Hey everyone. Well, time for another update on the Project John Deere. Well, as you may recall from the last two videos, if you've been keeping up, uh, had a problem with removing this tire and its wheel from the tractor. Well, it's taken 3 long days of working and beating and, well, flat out frustration, but we have success. Today is Sunday. It is, well, about 9 a.m. and making this little video update. We finished this project yesterday about 10 o'clock yesterday morning, and as you can see, there's really nothing left of the wheel per se. But here's the real bug in my crawl that just pisses me off. Turns out that aside from a shit ton of rust on the shaft holding this thing on, it turns out that there was in fact a Woodruff key in the keyway. I don't know if I can show this on camera. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up anyway, but well, okay, yeah. There's the keyway. And yeah, we've ground the shaft down a little bit with the electric grinder. It's not gonna make a big deal. We'll polish that up with a buffer and smooth it out. But anyway, the key, the Woodruff key, which is this little son of a bitch, was all the way back in here where it's not supposed to be. I think what happened was the last owner put the key in the shaft, then put the wheel on the shaft, and the wheel pushed the key all the way up in the keyway, which is not the way you're supposed to do that. You're supposed to put the wheel on, line the keyways up on the shaft and on the wheel, and then put the key in. Well, that's not the way it worked. But for the biggest life of me, I can't figure out how that key held it in there so tightly, because let me try to get this oriented to where maybe the camera can see it. Okay. Alright. That was on the shaft, and that you can clearly see right there where it's basically more than half gone. That was where the keyway was. After grinding all that off, the key was fully exposed and not in any physical contact whatsoever with the wheel. The wheel, however, still would not budge. Even after beating on it, it didn't want to go. We ended up having to pry the keyway out, or rather the key out of the keyway, and then beat on this to get it rotating, and then basically twist it off. I don't know. I've been working on lawn tractors and mowers and cars and trucks and shit for years, and I've never come across a wheel so profoundly determined to remain on its shaft that we had to go to this level of an extreme. It took sawzall work, it took an electric grind tool, cutting wheel, it took grease, it even took a propane torch to heat it up to get it off, but it's off. I will say this, I have used cutting wheels in the past, and I used a cutting wheel called, well, that's not the one. I can't remember the brand name of it. It was a Walmart brand cutting wheel. Well, Walmart sold anyway, but not a Walmart brand, on a green package. And it outperformed any cutting wheel I have ever used. I mean, it held its own. I probably could have done the entire job. My friend and I probably could have done the entire job with one cutting wheel if the grinder didn't kick back, catch something, and shatter part of the cutting wheel, forcing me to put the next wheel on the cutter. Usually cutting wheels, cutting discs go through pretty darn quick. This actually held up exceptionally well. It cut through this thin metal like a hot knife through butter, and even cut through the thicker stuff real easy. So, but anyway, just decided to make a quick update. We've got enough clouds blowing in overhead. I'm expecting rain at any time today, which sucks. But anyway, it's off. It's reduced to shrapnel. So now, all I need to do is to locate a replacement wheel and tire in the size of, let's see, 18 by 8.50 by 8. I went to Tractor Supply and they've got one for around $50 just for the tire. Went to Walmart, they got one for about $8 cheaper, again, just for the tire. I do need to get a wheel, so I'm going to have to locate a good used wheel. And then I get to move on to, well, I'm going to go ahead and dismount this wheel, I think, off of, or this tire off the wheel. Pull the tube out, replace it. I'm not going to fight with this one like I fought with the other one. I can't do it. It's too much. I'll just get this tire to hold air, replace this destroyed tire. That tire just needs a tube. The one on the other side needs a tire and tube. Then I'll move on to the mechanicals. What else do I need to get done on here? I'm not going to worry about a hood. Just not going to worry about it. They're too expensive. I need the clips that holds this entire assembly down. There's a John Deere dealer not too far from here, and I think I can get them from there. All this appears to work, so I'll just remount it. Battery needs to be replaced since there isn't one currently. No battery. Oh, don't want to lose my earplugs for work. That would be a bad thing. So I need a battery. Probably got to go through the carburetor. We'll get it slowly but surely. This was the biggest hurdle so far. I think I just cleaned that shaft up, and I'm going to grease the piss out of it before I stick a new Woodruff key on there and get a new wheel on it. Anyway, decided to go ahead and make this video to bring a little update. I've never encountered a problem this significant just by removing a wheel. So, we're going to close this video out. If anybody out there has ever experienced something similar to this, drop a comment. I'd like to hear some stories about past experiences with lawn tractors run amok, with difficulties with wheels or whatever. Alright, thanks for watching, and hopefully in the not too distant future I'll have this old girl back up and running, and I'll be able to truly say nothing runs like a deer.